I designed and built this desk with Stickley furniture in mind. I've always enjoyed Stickley furniture. I love the look of it. This is a mortising jig that I made. You clamp the piece into it and use a router. It runs against the fence. It does a pretty good job. I'm using my tenoning jig to cut the tenons on this. There's several different ways I use to cut tenons. Sometimes I'll use loose tenons. Yeah, I'll take that fit. These are all the mortises that are cut in all the pieces and one of the frames that is dry fit. There are 2 frames on each side that the drawers go in. I've resawed the boards down to 1/2 inch, and then I will use these for the panels. I've glued them together. I've cut the panels down to size. Now I need to fit them into the groove in the frames. I like to fit them with a hand plane. This is a Lee Nielsen number 4.5. I love this plane. It does a lot of things. And it can make wonderful thin shavings. Yeah, that's what I like right there. Now this is my first dry fit of putting the panels into the frames. The tenons worked out well. I like the fit of the panel. I left room for the panel to expand and contract, and I only glued it at the center so it can move with any kind of seasonal change. The drawers are made out of birch plywood, and I used birch veneer tape around the edges. It irons on, it's glue backed, and it stays very well. This little trimming tool makes a nice, neat square edge, and then I take a file and then sandpaper to finish it off so it's nice and smooth. I use full extension slides for the drawers. The top is 1 inch thick. When I glue this up, I use biscuits. They don't add any structural strength. The glue is all you need. But I put the biscuits in, especially along wide glue ups, to help keep the boards aligned. I use clamps on the bottom and the top to keep the boards from bowing one way or another. I cleaned the glue squeeze out up with a wet rag because I'm not going to be staining this, so there's no chance of the glue being in the grain and not taking the stain. Moved my table saw out and turned my shop into a paint booth. I've got a fan that blows outside, and I've got a filter there. This is a HVLP spray gun, and it works wonderfully for this. I'm using General Finishes water-based clear coat. It's semi-gloss. I put 4 coats on this desk. In between each coat, I sanded very lightly with 400 grit paper. When it was finished and dried, I rubbed the whole thing down with brown paper bag and then put a coat of paste wax on it. I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. The hardware is period correct for the early 1900s. The little stiles are mortise and tenon. Thanks for watching, and click on the link to my Arts and Crafts coffee table.